Going out into the world without vision, what are like some of the safety parameters? Because you're going to teach me like how to cross a street.
Yes,
right?
I am.
So I hear, so I can go.
Very good. Yep.
Oh my God.
Don't worry about staying in step. Just walk.
Oh, so now, yeah, I can feel. Are you still here?
I'm still here. Feel
Oh,
that?
there,
That's the
yes.
sound of safety. You made it!
Oh my gosh.
Coming up on Our Voice in our Walk a Mile segment, what would it be like to live without your sight?
When I was 8 years old, my eyes started growing apart. I had to go in for surgery, and I woke up the next morning and I was blind in my left eye. And since then, the scarring has actually been healing. And now it is a success story for me because I'm starting to realize all the stuff that the Commission has done for me and all the stuff that really everyone in my life has done for me to get me to where I am at this point.
We're here at the Idaho Commission for the Blind and Visually Impaired, and I have the honor of working with Lisa Baker. She is an instructor for the Activities for Daily Living here at the Commission, and she is going to teach me a few things about cooking in the kitchen. Okay, are we ready?
Here we are.
Okay.
Did I do it?
Yeah, do you hear that?
And Mike, we're talking about your journey with leukemia when you were diagnosed in 2007. So here we are years later, but I want to kind of reflect a little bit. When you were first diagnosed, what was your first reaction?
Why me?
We all wish it didn't happen to us. We all wish it didn't happen to the one we love.
And talk to award-winning filmmaker Leslie Udwin, who produced and directed the film India's Daughter. Let's take a look.
We have the best culture. In our culture, there is no place for a woman.
I think when people try to find healing, even your own personal experience with rape, I think this gives it meaning.
Yes. And it's no coincidence, actually, Rebecca, that the mechanism that does that with film and why film is the most powerful tool for change that there is because it's empathetic. There was nothing particularly, sadly, remarkable about the rape itself.
Yeah, I was 19 years old. I left my house for work, and I made a choice to do something that I did almost all the time I got behind the wheel of the car. I made a choice to use my cell phone.
And as they passed, they brushed each other, which spun the little blue car with the Thiokol engineers, spun it around this way into the path of an oncoming pickup. The two people that were killed were inside the blue car.
It's not worth it. No message, no phone call is worth your life or someone else's life.
Mommy, I forgot my crystal bracelet.
It's okay, sweetheart. It'll still be there when we get back. Everyone loves the picture I posted of you.
I had the opportunity to sit down face-to-face with Mart Cohn, who is a Holocaust survivor, and she wrote a book called Behind Enemy Lines about her experience as a Jewish French spy. Let's take a look. For women today, what advice would you share with us?
To be engaged.
To be engaged. Yeah. What does that mean?
That means not to sit on your bottom, to be involved in the life of the country, to be involved in the politics of the country, in the economy of the country. If you want changes, you have to do your part.
We're joined today by Lieutenant Ted Snyder and Officer Chris Zimmer from the Boise Police Department. We had the opportunity to get a glimpse into their life.
We were dispatched to a call from a social worker that someone they've been working with has been having some issues lately. His wife called in, said that he had screwed all the doors and windows shut in the house and she'd been trapped inside for approximately 2 days and he wouldn't let her out.
I'm going to attempt to see what it feels like to be deaf or hearing impaired. I brought some earplugs. I'm going to plug these in. I'm going to place my order, and I'm a picky eater, so this is going to be rough. And once I walk away, we're going to go audio off, so you're going to experience this with me, a moment in the life of someone who can't hear. Starting off, I just want to know what sets Reuseum apart from other STEM programs in the Valley?
Well, what really sets it apart is, beyond providing direct educational opportunities, we not only provide that, but we try to really make them accessible and affordable.
So Story Night, this is something that maybe some of our viewers haven't heard of, don't know about. So could you tell me a little bit about Story Night? What is it?
What is it? It is a live storytelling program where we gather together the community to share our true stories on a theme, live and without notes.
Wow, to watch kids right away with that smile on their face, that is just incredible. So with me today is Ryan King. He's the volunteer coordinator for the Boise Bike Project. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
And first of all, tell us a little bit about the Boise Bike Project. What is it?
So we're a nonprofit cooperative bike shop here in Boise. And we provide a whole range of different services and participate in all kinds of different programs. Basically, the goal of all of which is to make bicycling accessible to everybody.
Hi, Rebecca. It's Randy. What's going on?
Randy, we have a special mission for Whimsy.
Oh, wow. Tell me about it. We'd be happy to help.
Right. Well, we're working with an organization called Be the Match, which will help with creating some bone marrow donations here in Idaho, registering people for bone marrow.
It originated with a party, right? And you guys do parades and the circus. So there's a sort of element to the Shriners that's about having a good time, right? But also doing well for the community, as I understand.
And there's a correlation between easily accessible pornography on devices that distribute all the content on the internet and the demand side for human trafficking. And so I decided to do something to help try to push pornography back underground, get it off of the devices.
Most of us, when we think about pornography, would think, well, the users and the content creators are the issue. And so what you're saying is the tech companies also need to share some of that responsibility.
They should share the majority of that responsibility.
Average Americans like me, how can we help with what you're doing to reach out to support and to help veterans really get back into their life and live a life they love here in the U.S.?
Well, almost everybody knows a veteran. They either have a family member that served or they're friends with somebody that served, and so find that person and just talk to them.
The Live Wilder Foundation was founded shortly after the loss of our 17-year-old son Cameron to suicide on September 8th, 2013.
We thought we would do a day in the life of a Super Bowl champion, and we landed in Weiser, Idaho, on a ranch.
Of all places.
Of all places. Let's go to your acting career.
Okay. Acting career,
your
okay.
Acting career.
My acting hobby.
Your acting hobby. So tell us some parts that you played. I know you were on Baywatch.
Those shows in Hollywood, there was a couple of them where I'm almost 6'4", so the parts that I generally got as an actor was I either hit people, I got hit, or I was the guy that was gay, but you never thought he was gay. You know, those seem to be like my, my little niche.
You took your music and you made something of it that was a little bit different. You were almost creating a call to action, right? The government got upset with you. You were bringing so much awareness, against the government. You ended up in prison.
Yeah, well, they arrested me because of my music. They said my music was, supporting the liberation struggle.
But I don't know that it was life-changing. I didn't think I knew that until it was much later. Okay. But a cross was burned in our front yard. We'd moved to the north end about a year earlier, and one night while we were having dinner, for no reason, my mother got up from the dinner table, went outside and saw what she thought was a fire in the neighbor's yard across the street. And when my father ran out to go help, he noticed it was in our front yard and it was a cross.
I think one of the most important things I want people to take away from it is that veterans are not caricatures. They're not like PTSD-riddled, sociopaths or something that came back broken from the experiences that they had overseas. We have wide-ranging interests. We laugh, we cry. I mean, we're just people. So the more that you can humanize that kind of caricature that people have in their head, especially if they don't know any veterans personally, that's, I think, something that's really powerful.
excited that you're going to actually play for us now. So tell us what you're going to sing for us.
I'm going to sing the lead-off track on my new CD, which is called Don't You Let It Rain.
Don't You Let It Rain. Okay, Andy Byron, we're not raining on his parade. Here we go.
Time